The most turbulent season of Tom Brady's singular career is officially over. After eking into the playoffs, his Tampa Bay Buccaneers barely put up a fight against the Dallas Cowboys in the wildcard round, ending Brady's 23rd NFL season and his pursuit of an unprecedented 8th Super Bowl ring in unceremonious fashion. Cue the fevered speculation, because Brady, the greatest quarterback in the history of the game, is a free agent. He's also about to turn 46 years old, and he's coming off one of the worst seasons of his career. So what now? Well, Brady was predictably non-committal about his future in the wake of Tampa Bay's loss, but we figured we'd go ahead and map out the various paths the GOAT can head down and try to determine how likely each scenario is. So sit back, relax, and take this in. Okay, we might as well get this out of the way first. Brady could retire and begin his new career as an extremely well-paid broadcaster. If you recall, Brady briefly retired after the 2021 campaign, only to pull a 180 a few weeks later and return for another season in Tampa Bay. But his 2022 campaign was decidedly mediocre. And while Tampa Bay's shoddy pass protection and running game surely contributed to that, Brady's performance can't have filled him with a ton of confidence that he can still play quarterback at an elite level. This season, Brady posted the lowest total QB rating of his career, getting outperformed in that department by guys like Marcus Mariota and Justin Fields. He also finished 30th among the NFL's 33 qualified quarterbacks in yards gained per pass attempt. No matter how you slice it, his performance dropped off dramatically, and while the personal life turmoil that plagued his 2022 season is a possible mitigating factor, it's also possible that Father Time simply caught up with him. Meanwhile, it's also worth remembering that Brady reiterated back in 2021 that his goal was to play until age 45, and he accomplished that. So it wouldn't be shocking to see him pack it in. Having said that, he's Tom Brady. It also wouldn't be surprising to see him return for another season or play until he's 50. On that note, following the Bucs' loss to the Cowboys, ESPN's Joe Buck remarked that people inside the league believe Brady will be back in 2023. It really does feel like it could go either way, so let's put the likelihood factor for retirement at 5 out of 10. So what else could he do then? Well, he could always re-sign with Tampa Bay, where Brady led the Bucs to 3 playoff berths in 3 years, 2 division titles, and, of course, a Super Bowl championship in 2020. And as disappointing as their 2022 campaign was, it's not hard to envision the Bucs being one of the NFC's better teams again in 2023 with a sturdier offensive line. They still have a bevy of solid playmakers on offense, like wide receivers Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and running back Rachaad White, and with improved pass protection, Brady should still be able to turn that group into one of the game's top offenses. They've also already axed their offensive coordinator of the last 4 years, Byron Leftwich, in a clear sign that the results of 2022 are not acceptable. Their division, meanwhile, will still be a cakewalk next year, giving Brady a relatively easy path to the postseason and potential 8th ring. And given that the Bucs are a win-now team with no viable in-house replacements at quarterback, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that they'll pay Brady whatever they have to bring him back. So what's the likelihood factor of re-signing with the Bucs? 6 out of 10. And then, of course, there's also the possibility of an epic homecoming. That's right, a return to New England. Needless to say, Brady rejoining the Patriots would be a dream scenario for the NFL. And football fans in New England would undoubtedly welcome number 12 back with open arms. Plus, from a football perspective, it actually makes some sense. The Patriots have a solid defense and watched second-year running back Ramondre Stevenson break out this past season, but their quarterback play left much to be desired. In his second year as a starter, Mac Jones was absolutely dreadful, finishing 30th in the NFL in total QB rating, while throwing for just 14 touchdowns and 11 interceptions in 14 games. Brady, even at 46 years old, would represent a significant upgrade. That said, tension between Brady and longtime Patriots head coach Bill Belichick was said to have been a factor that fueled Brady's move to Tampa several years ago. And I wouldn't presume that those two have cleared the air or that the famously unsentimental Belichick would necessarily want a 46-year-old Brady back. Besides, if Brady's sole motivation at this point is winning another Super Bowl, there's a wealth of destinations more attractive than the Patriots, who, even with Brady, would still only be the second or third best team in their division. So, likelihood factor? 2 out of 10. And then, finally, Brady could always sign with another team. The reality is, even at his advanced age, Brady is still, at worst, a serviceable QB. And he's Tom Brady. There's no shortage of teams that are a quarterback upgrade away from being a Super Bowl threat, and Brady should generate interest from all of them. In fact, he's already been linked to the Las Vegas Raiders, whose current head coach, Josh McDaniels, was the offensive coordinator in New England for much of their dynastic run. Meanwhile, Brady has also been connected to the New York Jets, who boast an elite defense and have one of the game's most promising young wideouts in Garrett Wilson. Ultimately, for both his quarterback play and his immense marketing value, Brady is still an extremely valuable commodity and should get calls from half the league before it's all said and done. So we're putting the likelihood factor of him signing with someone other than Tampa or New England at 7 out of 10. But for now, we wait. Brady is once again at a major crossroads in his career, and it wouldn't be surprising if he took his time arriving at a decision. What say you though? Is Brady's unparalleled career finally over? Is he heading back to Tampa or New England? Or is he signing with a new team? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. As always, we appreciate you. We'll see you next time.